So I regret marrying the man that I married. And when I say that, my Christian friends flip out on me. They say things like, "Don't say that, honey. Everything happens for a reason. And you would not have those beautiful children if you did not marry that man." And I disagree. There is actually no way to know whether or not I would have had those little souls in maybe different bodies with another man. Because my belief is that I drew their little souls to me. But that's just a belief. So, two things can be true at the same time. I regret marrying that man, and I love my children deeply. Because having your kids doesn't cancel out the fact that your marriage was not healthy. And saying you regret marrying somebody is simply acknowledging the reality of the situation. And I know that Christians hate it when you say, "I regret having done this in my life," because they like to think that God has this plan and we shouldn't try to change that plan. But that just pisses me off more. What do you mean that was God's plan? That I was to stay in a marriage and suffer for 20 years? He suffered too. We didn't like each other. But the prophet in my church told me that that's who I had to marry, so I did it. And according to him, he just wanted to marry a good Christian woman who was going to obey. And you can see how that worked out. Now, personally, I don't believe that God has this plan already ordained for each of us, because then you have to justify why a young girl was born in a Sudan, African country, and her entire life she has been a sex slave. That's not God's plan, y'all. No. Regret does not mean that you wished your kids away. It just means that you wish you weren't mistreated, that you didn't have to suffer, that you didn't waste years of your life in pain, or that you had to endure trauma. And regret is a valid, healthy acknowledgement of harm. Now, I do believe that everything that happens can teach me something, but that doesn't mean it was good or necessary or intentional. And I can also say, I wish I had not married him, but I am grateful for the kids I have, because both truths can coexist. And by the way, I also regret some hairstyles that I had in high school during the 90s. And I know that was not part of God's plan, because the amount of hairspray that I used probably destroyed some of his creation. So regret's okay.